Hello there, Giggles. I'm Colonel Failure, and you're back at Failurewood Hills featuring Stegoland. That's the right way round to pronounce it, which is why my name's on the top and his is on the bottom. Back at the Zero Litigation Fun Park. After I finished my last session, I went to town and did a little bit more decorating. And those of you who've watched Stegs' recent episode may have said that he's blown some spoilers out of water there. No, actually, I'd intended to do it to get away from endless building and time lapses and that kind of stuff, but I needed to get some stuff done. Anyway, the first one I put out here, and all his billboards actually advertise the facility in question. So the Lava Flume gets its own billboard there, and as you can see, it should be pointing at the thing over there. I can't be bothered to edit it to point it out to you, but there you go. And as Steg showed off in his half of the series, I've redone my initial kind of consumption area. So we've got a double billboard here that points to the burger facility that lives over near Ben Sinister, and then we've got picnic benches, which as yet I've not seen anybody use, along with the several pieces of subtle advertising for the kidney failure here, and it's obviously working because we've got people galore queuing up to ensure that their digestive systems don't hang together quite as well as they should have. Tastes better than Sillet Bang, as you can probably make out there. So yeah, I redecorated these shops. So gone is the buzzsaw and the unnecessary smoke. Although we do have, I don't know, I imagine someone's put a cigarette out in there, and that's going to create quite the conflagration in no time at all. However, I've got my fire brigade from City Skylines on standby, so everything will be fine. And here's the child tantrum generator, which, as I'm sure you recall, we're selling. What have we got here? So we've got Elsa from Frozen is our top-selling balloon, and as the poster rightly points out, it's Elsa from Frozen. You're buying one. You're not going to get a say in the matter. Doesn't really matter whether it's accurate or not. There's some cabling going in front of her, but the kiddies will pick up on that pretty well. And I've made the place look as delightful as possible and kept it authentic. The other thing that I've done on this section is I've built a path that branches off from here, and it heads up, and then subtly it goes along here. Now I suspect that anybody using this path is going to clip through the building at the top here, which is not what I want at all. But I was going to stick a viewing area on here for people to go and look at the majesty of the volcano. And another change that I put in was there's the previous boat ride. It's not gone exactly to plan, but the boiler is still largely lit at the moment, hence the steam. And that's marvellous. But I wanted to get that done so that I had a starting point for how I'm going to lay shops out. And I think I don't care whether you agree or not. I think you'll undoubtedly agree, or else there'll be trouble, that this is now far more in keeping with what we've got going on around the area. And over time, we shall build out to encompass the whole of my side of the park in this kind of stylistic motif. There you go. If you wanted a stylistic motif, you've come to exactly the right place for it. Oh, hold on. You've got a hat. Why are you looking so downcast? I've spent so much that I can't afford to go on the Cthulhu shower and sauna. I haven't got enough for a kidney failure. Well, we can fix that immediately. Here's since we're in the area, here's a billboard for the Cthulhu section of the park. It's great for kids. Double thumbs up. And then just because you're in a theme park, are you wasp ready? Stay alert. Stay alive. Now, obviously, because this is public safety oriented, we've got a security camera on the top of that as well. People think, that's jolly friendly of them. And then spikes. to discourage those who might be interested in climbing to the top of the thing from climbing to the top of the thing, because that's not what we want people to do at all. But that fella who was wandering off, he claimed to be short on cash. We have got a couple of ATMs kicking about the place, but I suspect that sticking one here is probably not a terrible idea. Anyway, today, what I'm hoping to do, I say hoping, what I'm going to do, and it's going to be amazing, obviously, is we're going to stick up a bit of path. No, we're not. Nothing to do with path at all. We're going to do. Go on. What's the thing you needed to do? We're going to set up some zones of importance for our workforce. Let's see if would you like to snap to this bit of pathway here? What about this bit? Anywhere around here would be great. Do I need to remove me bush first? Because we want people to be able to consume more goods. There we go. We got it. We've got it. Yeah, that's good. Nope, we had it. There. Do it. There you go. And perfect. So anybody who's in, there we are. See, look, he's got one of the hats as well. Obviously, I'm charging sufficient for the hats to make that work. We capital letters are stealing your pin. There we go. For those who don't call it a PIN, that's your personal identification number. It's the number you type in to get cash out of the thing. I don't know if they call it a PIN worldwide. I would have thought they do. But there you go. So if you want your PIN number harvesting by us, there is now the facility for you to do so. Right there. And then you can go spend the money all over the place. I accept money at all of my rides, and then that's about it. But yes, this move towards advertising largely came about because of the success of the Get Yourself a Hat Pronto billboard, which is paid off remarkably well. Now, before we crack on, I noticed in Steggs' episode that he'd gone and started mucking around with finances. Now, he's not a financially oriented young man, and I applaud the effort that he went to there. And the first thing he did was he dropped the price on Ben Sinister, despite the fact it had served 140 odd people. Now that's the I don't know what I pressed there, but I obviously pressed it wrong. One. Really, I've got to use the up-down arrows. Oh, for crying out loud! All right, fine. There you go. Yes, he dropped the price on that. One. How odd. Let's try on the keypad. Yeah, I see, 15 quid. That's how much it costs. And a £5 to go on Mr. Cthulhu's. I don't chuffing think so, my friend. I think you'll find that one is going to cost you at least £7.50. 7, yes, no. It's just going to fight me every step of the way. I'll use the arrows. The reason that it had lost money is because of this. Broken down. When the thing breaks down, and Ben Sinister is particularly prone to this, not breaking down. I mean, it is quite old, but it has problems with this regard, because in order to service the thing, you have to go up the stairs here, right, and then you got to go back down again over here, right. It is not quick for my engineers to actually get to the thing, so this is why I am going to. Do a bit of jiggery pokery on sorting things out today. In fact, I'm going to up that to 20 quid. There you go. See how he likes that. It will totally pay for itself as long as it's not broken. See, and there's still no sign of an engineer, and it's because it is fairly inaccessible. So I'm going to create a little bit of park management magic here and get the staff working on a route. Now, you can tell I don't do this very often because it probably doesn't sit in here. In which case, where would it sit? Let's talk to the plastic vicar here. And employment, you are work roster. There we go. Mr. Cthulhu's Fun Times. Well, show me work roster manager. Oh, it was in here. There we go. Okay, so Mr. Cthulhu's Fun Times encompasses Let's have a look. No. Yes. Right. An amusement ride and a tracked ride station. Which I can assume, given that it's not telling me... Oh no, hold on. What's that? It is telling me. There we go. There's one. And then it's Mr. Cthulhu himself who is down there. So that's quite a broad area of employ. So let's redirect that. If you are the Mr. Cthulhu's Fun Times zone of interest, then let's zoom ourselves down here. There you go. I've still got a little bit of work to do down here, but it's nice to just pop a visit in once in a while and see how we're getting on. Right, I want to add. There you go. Yeah, I want that. And, you wretch. Come on, I'm pressing the button that's supposed to let me do what I like with the camera. No, it's not going to let me do what I want with the camera at all. It's going to make me fight the camera. Fight the camera that be. And there you go, there's Mr. Cthulhu over there. Now, do I have to hold shift, do I? Alright, okay, we can do that. So, that one, that, no, can't, gonna have to go through it. Alright, so be it. Oh my goodness me. No, there's no one camera to rule them all, is there? That one, and then this one. Hold on, let's find the actual... There you go. So that's my 2 rides. And then we'll also have you servicing this shop block here, and that one as well. That's Mr. Cthulhu's Fun Times Save Work roster. Good. Right, 2 staff members on there at the moment. No idea, but we'll worry about that in a sec. Now, I want to create a my new roster exclamation. Let's get rid of that. That's it's the boy Stegs there, just randomly pressing buttons and hoping something happens. It's an area of the park that we don't let the public see. There we go. Out we come. Now then, so that's the underground catered for. Obviously, I need to put the right staff on there, but you know, in theory, that's the underground dealt with. So now we want to do the above ground, and we will take in that fella there, and we'll take in Ben Sinister. Come hither. Whoops, up that way. Then we'll take in Ben Sinister, and then we'll take in the block of shops on the top. Alright, yeah, all of this, everything that's attached to this building, hopefully it's not... Apparently there's 11 shops attached here, so that includes the stuff outside as well. That's not perfect, but it'll do. So this is going to be Zone Sinister. Well, let's get our capitalization on point. Zone Sinister. Right, that's another one. Good. Now then. Yeah, okay. Did I not press the save button there? Let's give that another go, shall we? So let's take on this, and then you want the ride there, and you want the roller coaster, which obviously... Oh, we're not going to get it from that. Nope, holding shift did absolutely nothing there. Right, yeah, there's the ride, and then peekaboo. No? Okay, good. You're gonna make this as difficult as possible. Well, that's fine. I don't mind. I'm very easygoing. I don't get upset about such things. Right, and that's going to be... this is going to be Zone Sinister. Zone Sinister. Save work roster. It's the voice commands really make a difference. And then, no, I hadn't finished. But wait, there's more. Create a new roster. We'll take on the Judgment 2. We'll take on Mr. Fella's Shower and Sauna. We'll take on the Haircut 100. And these shops over here. 2 shops. Yep, that's it. Okay, and then that's all of my park dealt with. And we will call this the Failurewood... entrance. Right, and what I want to stick on there is I want to stick a cleaner, maybe 2, and then I want to stick at least 1 engineer. I mean, the good news is that none of them have got that many rides to deal with, because I haven't got enough rides by a long stretch. But, you know, let's get the best stuff, and then, you know, Stegs can worry about everybody else. You're waiting for customers to serve. Right, you can go into Zone Sinister. How many shops did we have in there? Let's just hit that again so we move in a relatively normal fashion. 2 downstairs, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, yes. 7, 8, 9. 9? Really? Seriously? One of those must be a bathroom. It is. 8. 8 shops. Right, let's get the best of the staff working over here. Right, you are a cleaner. You can work at Zone Sinister. You are a security man. Zone Sinister. You are Hair Bear. You can work for me. Who else we got here? Well, why your workload is low? Well, let's up that. Let's pull you over to the best side of the park. You as well. How many is that I've given? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 staff of a shop variety that are assigned this way. The rest I'll let them freelance. And then I want a mechanic who doesn't stink up the joint. There you go. Troy. Hello, Troy. Zone Sinister, please. So I've got a cleaner, I've got an entertainer, I've got a sweep, and that should do the trick. Mouse Wheel is doing a very slow job at that. You know what else? Let's 5-star a couple of these people. Let's get them all jazzed up so that they are of maximum impact. The other thing I'll do is I'll reduce the maintenance time on Zone Sinister itself to get that addressed a little bit more frequently. Right, Troy, get promoted. You are fine. Winford Winterbottom. There's a name to conjure. Right, you are going to work on Mr. Cthulhu's Fun Times? No. Where's the third one? Why is my third one... Did I press the wrong chuffing button again? I can't rule it out. I mean, you know, occasionally I'm prone to pressing the wrong flipping button. Right, okay, that one, and this one, and you, and that lot. Yes, is that everything? It would appear to be. Right, this is going to be Failure Wood entrance. Right, press return, hit save work roster. It's because I didn't use the voice command. Right, get back to the troops. Come on, troops. Let's go for roster assignment. You are... Oh, I see. These are the shops that you're associated with. Let's train you two. Right then, Marty, don't really care about Marty. You're wandering. Right, you're no longer wandering, mate. You've got a gig. You're at the Failure, which I'm sure I called Failure Wood entrance. I'm over it. Evidently, I am now well outside my proper operating parameters. Bird Dog, you can work the entrance as well. And I need a mechanic. How many mechanics have we got? No, here they all are. Look, they're all swanning around, resting at staff buildings. Well, that won't do. All right, get trained. You worthless... no, sorry, beg your pardon. That was a chap with a brush. You're not worthless. You're amazing. You, since you're already down in Cthulhu Land, you can do a bit of that. And then we've got the park entrance. Had got a spanner attached, hadn't he? Failure entrance had yet to have a spanner attached. Okay. Failure entrance. There we go. Right, so all the best staff work for me. That's the bit I really care about, obviously. But we'll also get another mechanic on duty, and we'll also get another Mr. Sweeps working as well. We want to keep this park humming along at maximum effectiveness, and that's that's going to help on that front. Now then, the other thing that will help Ben Sinister particularly, I mean, look at the size of this queue. This is not a ride that needs help by having, magical discounts or anything along those lines. No, the ticket price of 20 quid is not putting anybody off in the slightest. Instead, what we'll do, maintenance, is firstly we'll refurb it, so we'll bounce everyone out of queue, and then we'll put it on every 10 minutes on the inspection schedule. And that will help keep it alive and dangling for much longer. Sorry, folks, you're just going to have to pay again in a minute. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Although you're probably all claiming discounts and refunds and whatever else right now, but don't sweat it. 460 to refurb that. Not necessary. No. Okay, good. That, I feel, has got us pointing in the right direction. Certainly feels that way. Right, good. So the next step is going to be. I'm going to plonk up a little bit of advertising to kind of round out today. But this is it's a necessary step to keeping the park healthy and happy and joyous and life. What are you? You're a television screen. This is where I was trying stuff out. Hello there. Get out. I've got a little bit more advertising to play with. The question is, what is it that I want to advertise? Don't really know. While I ponder such things, the next step is to encase these shops, and hopefully quite a bit of this new kick-out ride that we've got here that caused me to have a moment of introspection in the last episode. We want to encase those in the industrial setup. That needs finishing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But it needs finishing off, and then we need to dress all of this lot. Now I'm going to do some of this while you're not watching, and we'll review when you're. Thanks, trees. While you're back again. But I think next time around, what we'll do is I'll do this top section, and we'll do most of it in slow mo, and then regular mo, and some of it we'll do sped up if the need arises. Right. Good. Scenery. What we want here is we want screens, and we're going to want something suitably impressive. I think, don't know. A very large projection screen. I think that's possibly overkill. Let's go with a regular size projection screen, which we'll stick on the floor, because, that's as good a place as any to work on it. And then let's figure out what I'm actually advertising. Let's go to these. As you can see, Kidney Failure's got a few advertising options in there. Lava fume. Right, we haven't advertised our. Oh no, you clicked away there. Milk. There you go. This is to advertise the ice cream parlour up the top here. No, the milkshake shack, which hopefully I'll recognise by. There we go. No, that's ice cream. That's a staff warehouse. That's milkshakes. There you go. Barely shaken rat's milk, which is why people are having a hard time believing that it's actually not milk in the slightest. And then we'll find somewhere good to point that, because the whole aim is to keep people. If I can drive more traffic up to this shop section, it will avoid all of these being nothing but an expense. The fact that people get served quite quickly is beneficial. That I've stuck a ride out here is helpful as well. But given that everybody who comes off the roller coaster is coming up here anyway, that's not net. That's we shouldn't struggle too much. So what we'll do is we'll grab that. Come with me over here. I'm just going to stick you to there for the I'm going to regret that, aren't I? Let's not do that. There. Come with me, sit here while I build you some kind of facade from which to dangle you. Some kind of lampposty kind of effect ought to do the trick, I would have thought. Lights? No. A 1 meter barrier. That's not the stuff, is it? Bamboo? Nah. And this is what you miss out on when I'm doing a time-lapsey stuff, is me rolling through stuff and going, what about this? See, now this sign would be ideal. Sorry, it's a bit bright. But would be ideal to be able to replace with your own custom artwork. Something along those lines. What about that? Now this, properly dangled. Nope, that's no good. It's far too tall. And it wobbles a little in the breeze, which makes it less suitable for this kind of thing. Big American flag. I could stick a billboard over the top of it, but Someone is surely going to take offence at that. No. Don't get me wrong, this is a truly magnificent sign, and I've seen other creators who've built some really amazing signs, kind of piece by piece by piece. The only reason that I don't, okay, talent aside, the reason I don't do that is because the number of pieces you end up using means that it can really crush the profitability of your, crush your frame rate. So I've used one of these for the burger advert, but that involves setting up a two-panel approach to your advertising, and I don't happen to have one of those installed. What are you for? No, that looks terrible. Give me something that I can make this work with. Load in these assets. Thank you. Wooden scaffolding, tall. Alright, well I can find a use for that, but this isn't it. I've got lots of interesting bits and pieces. Hold on, what do we got here? Ancient trap snapping beam. No. Oh, come on, it can't be that complicated. All I want is like a thing that does the thing on the what's it, and everything will be amazing, and we'll be able to be on our way relatively quickly. And what I don't want, you know what, I could just go to building, I could just go to pillars, which is part of walls, columns. So this is, I could just do that, right? Although, arguably, that's a little on the tall side. That's a little shorter, but it's a classic brick pillar. Okay, well, we could do that. If we stick that here for the moment, there you go, that's it. And then we'll just affix this onto that, and then everything will be groovy for now. But this is why I like to take my time over these things, is so that I can set it up and be a little bit more satisfied with the result. Undo that. Well, you've undone a lot there. Right, there we go. You come here. Turn on my angle rotation snapometer. Thank you. Right, and then we'll rotate it that way a couple of notches, like, come here, red please, red, there you go, like that, and then blue, there you go, and then back to this one, and we now stick it onto this concrete block, which isn't concrete or in fact a block, it is instead a brick pillar. There you go. Right. And all of this is of course informing me that I shouldn't be making these posters with a white background, because what you can't make out there is the rather splendid pool of milk that is going on. Are you attached? No, you're levitating ever so gently off it. Let's ease it back, ease it forward, ease it back and forward. There you go. That should be like so. Maybe in the dark. Maybe you'll be able to make out the full majesty of it all in the dark. It is largely centralized, and hopefully the idea is that this catches those who have a thirst at present and directs them in the correct location. There you go. You can almost make out the milk thing, although by the time YouTube's had its way with it, that's probably not so likely. Let's try that. Get rid of this. Yeah, see, that's far too subtle. Yeah, see, there's a milk splashy. Girl looks incredibly pleased with it all. There's some kind of, I don't know, whatever that was, but you get 500 grams of delicious sodium hydroxide in every cup. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Not a lot of adventure in today's episode, but quite a lot of mandatory park stuff. Yeah, you look at the camera, mate. You carry on. But in the next episode, we will be back to our building ways, and we shall get at least one more ride added to the facility. I recommend that you tune in for just that. In fact, you know what we should do here is we should have people in the foreground of... No, that... Maybe if I did something less subtle with it. Hold everything. Move this lot. There you go. Come with me. Can't move the pillar and the billboard at the same time. Of course not. Move the pillar. Right, you, come here. Right, out this way, son. Right, we want to make it so people can't help but notice it. Right? Whack it in there. Hope they take evasive. Let's see. Are people going to avoid it, or are they just going to walk through it? If they're going to walk through it, it's not staying there. No, she just went through the middle of it. Come on, we'll give it one more. No, no, that's all kinds of bad. Okay, right, well, we're just going to have to do something subtle. And there's a dinosaur doing something, which I'm pretty sure is legal. Right, you, come this way. That's it. And ease it to there. Right, get upstairs, get yourselves a milkshake. Go on, upstairs, milkshake time. Hey, Mommy, I'm thirsty. Ah, how about a delicious milkshake made of I can't believe it's not milk? Yeah? No? Any of you? No. Right, I need a better shot than that. That's not going to cut it. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. In the comments, let me know what type of ride I should build next. It's not going to be a roller coaster, it's not going to be a log flume, but I am open to suggestions beyond that. Oh, doesn't the Judgment 2 look good at night? It really has got something going for it. Oh, look, and look, night time is a great time to look at this park. Let's do this. There we are. See, you've got the two shot there. You've got the advertising, volcano, perfecto. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Next time around, more interesting stuff. Let me know what you want me to build, and I'll have a stab at that. Thanks for watching. Cheerio!